So I am Nigerian, obviously an expat into the United States. My background is just like the average middle-class West African family, which was kind of the basis of my intellectual curiosity and my goal to see the world. And that is why I'm here in America. So this is a picture of me as a kid with my siblings and my parents. Back in the, it's a very memorable picture because I think back at how I used to cook and how I actually learned to cook was when I was in boarding school in Nigeria. Currently, obviously trained as a chef. In a non-traditional sense, I apply all of my culinary knowledge to, non-restaurant operations, to work as a consultant in developing consistency, flavor improvement, and just general best practices for food operations. My food philosophy is about flavor maximization, with all other things relative to that being as they should be, temperature, texture, but less of a focus on visual presentation and more flavor. But I think in the larger sense, food tells a story. Food is about a source of ingredients. Ingredients are kind of like a periodic table. And if you can understand the fundamental relationships between ingredients, you can make any food. Dry aging for me is really about that, just like my same food philosophy. It's about flavor maximization, without too much of a compromise. It's just finding ways to allow your base proteins, base products to amplify their flavors even before you've started the process of actually cooking them. And I think that's exciting. So, lamb, which you traditionally don't see as being dry aged, was a fascination for me because some lamb can be gamey or too strong already, so you would never think of. But when you get really good, mild lamb with a large loin eye, it could go through some flavor exploration. The suckling pig is fascinating because obviously pork proven itself to be a very good candidate for dry aging. But one of the things that makes it even more fascinating is that its skin is so tough and it almost encapsulates the meat actually much better than beef. And just like a capsule, we have an opportunity to create a separate texture. Yeah, so the pheasants are interesting. Aging them with the entire bird structure untouched. There's some idea that if you don't really remove the internal organs immediately, that there's an ability for spoilage. But that's not historically true because, the English and the Germans for many years would just hang birds in cool basements till they sort of were a bit more developed in flavor, take out their entrails. And as long as temperature and humidity is maintained, I've had excellent results with the dry aged pheasant, and it's delicious. It's just a fat texture and aroma that's far and above beyond anything you'll experience. It's a great tool for chefs because it just really allows you to localize a process, and it's a process that was almost always exclusively limited to your butcher or meat supplier. And obviously it's proven that having more control in-house with certain things that are within the grasp of understanding is a better outcome if you have the time and space to make it. So because of the ease of the dry ager, the reason you would want it is because it delivers quantifiable, noticeable, unambiguous results in what you're trying to do, which is really the barometer for the usefulness of anything. It's very useful, it has a clear result, and it has complete ease of use. But I think that dry aging is going to become more of a permanent, clear and present, continued exploration in food, because now that certain technologies become accessible, and when they do, they allow people to do more. They don't go away.